As you can see in my Padlet, my inspiration for this project is a poster from my bedroom wall. It's always been my favourite, so when I was looking for a starting point for this assignment, this seemed like the obvious choice. First of all, I love the bright block colours against the white background. I thought this could be something that could look really effective when put into a dance piece. The celebratory and social atmosphere is clear from just looking at the poster. However, the more I analysed the image, I realised that there is an apparent lack of facial features on the characters pictured. This keeps the partygoers effectively anonymous, creating a sense of mystery I wanted to include in my designs. When designing the costume, I wanted to keep the shape fairly simple. The ability for the dancers to move freely and with ease was paramount. There are pops of block colour surrounded by a white tunic. This is very similar to the design on the poster. The continuous line of black embroidery is a reference to the crowd of people on the poster who were all drawn from one non-stop line. It also adds some delicate details to what otherwise would be quite a plain garment. I wanted all of the dancers to be dressed the same, apart from the coloured highlights. As a reference to the community scene in the poster, it's almost as though the dancers are in uniform. I was inspired by the clear difference between the background and foreground characters in the poster. This is why I chose to have just one dancer in the yellow costume. When it came to the set, I wanted to keep it very, very simple. A blank canvas, so to speak. A plain white backdrop and floor creates a very similar environment for the dancers as the characters in the poster. The small section of stage that is taped off diagonally is used to break up the vast white space. Additionally, I'd like this space to be an area for the so-called background characters. When a dancer is in this part of the space, their movement will be in slow motion with a sustained and continuous dynamic. This part of the space is used to signify a contrast in the movement. The balloons are used to introduce a celebratory atmosphere to the stage, as well as providing some much needed colour to the space. Their presence will accentuate the dancers' movements as they are kicked, slid and bounced around the stage. The lighting is where this piece really comes to life. It adds dimension and mood to the things happening on the stage. In Lighting State 1, I really wanted the audience to feel the same sense of mystery as I feel when looking at the poster. The dancers appear as silhouettes. You cannot make out any kind of defining features. They're just shapes moving around the space. Lighting State 2 introduces an element of party, as they are inspired by the lighting in a nightclub. After around 2 minutes of the dancers performing in Lighting State 1, a quick flash of colourful lights occurs before returning to how they were at the start. These flashes continue periodically, with the time between each flash getting less and less until the strobe effect is produced. The strobing stops when the balloons are released. The lighting then switches to a warmer toned bright light that washes over the whole stage. Logistically, the heat from the lights could cause the balloons to pop, which is a potential flaw in my plan, but I would have to experiment with this in the theatre to figure this out. At the end of the piece, the lights will slowly fade into darkness. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to email me. I'd be more than happy to explain further. Thank you so much.